Ecclesiastes 1 verse 2.
There is a time for everything, a time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to reap what has been sown. Life passes, years run by, and man often forgets what truly matters. Today, let us reflect on the wisest words ever written, and on that which remains for eternity. Take a deep breath, close your eyes if you can, and allow the Spirit of God to speak to you now. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher. All is vanity. Everything man chases after, money, fame, titles, and applause. All of it passes. All of it vanishes like mist at sunrise, that if your heart clings to the earth, your soul loses heaven. Prayer, Lord, do not allow us to be deceived by the vanity of this world. Teach us to seek what has eternal value. There is a time for everything under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to reap, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. Life is made of cycles, and wisdom lies in discerning the right time for everything. God does not err in time. You are living what you need to live to be molded. God's clock never runs late and never runs early. The end of a matter is better than its beginning. Better is the patient than the arrogant. That he who knows how to wait knows how to win. That he who trusts in God walks with his head held high even in the midst of the storm. Lord, give us patience for your processes. Teach us to wait for your time. All passes, all returns to dust, and the spirit returns to God who gave it. Do not cling to what is fleeting. Value the invisible, the eternal, and what natural eyes do not see. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. There is pain that purifies. There are tears that heal the soul. Do not flee from the process. Do not complain about the pain, for it is in it that God perfects his chosen ones. Only those who pass through the desert learn to value the rain. Lord, strengthen our hearts in the midst of trials, and teach us to trust in you even without understanding. Better is the humble in spirit than the proud and arrogant in heart. The proud fall, the humble remain. Pride builds walls. Humility opens doors. Prayer, Lord, remove from us all pride, vanity, and arrogance. Teach us to be simple, with a clean heart and feet firm on your word. A good name is better than fine perfume, and the day of death than the day of birth. Do not despair at the end. It is merely the beginning of a new journey for those who know the eternal. The legacy we leave is not of riches, but of character and faith. What value has a kingdom without peace? What meaning has a life without purpose? Seek what is true. Cling to what is lasting. Prayer, Lord, teach us to live in such a way that our name may be a testament to your grace. May our end be better than our beginning, glorifying you. Do not say, why were the old days better than these? For it is not wise to ask such questions. Do not cling to what was. Do not lament what was lost. The past serves as a lesson, not a prison. Wisdom illuminates the path. Folly darkens it. Your strength is in God, not in circumstances. Your hope is not in what you have, but in who you are in him. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. Man does not know his time, like fish caught in a cruel net. We do not control tomorrow. We do not know what the next hour holds for us, but we can surrender every moment into the hands of him who knows all things. Life is a breath, a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. So go, eat your food with gladness, and drink your wine with a joyful heart, for God has already approved of what you do. Find joy in the small things, I in the breeze that touches your face, I in a friend's embrace, I in the miracle of another day. Prayer. Lord, may our joy not depend on what happens around us, but on your presence within us. Help us to live each day with gratitude, knowing that everything comes from you and returns to you. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. There is no other path to true peace. Honor God in every choice, I in every word, I in every step. For in him resides the true and eternal satisfaction of the soul. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all humanity, and the living should take it to heart. Seriousness teaches us. Lightness often distracts you, as that it is in confronting finitude that the soul deepens. Do not fear reflecting on what is ephemeral, that it is there that wisdom flourishes. Man does not know what will be, and who can tell him what will happen after him? Do not seek absolute control. Do not be deluded by plans that disregard God's sovereignty. Our paths are laid out, but our steps are guided. Prayer. Lord, remove the blindness that prevents us from seeing the brevity of life. Teach us to live each day with purpose, aware that time is a precious gift from you. He has made everything beautiful in its time, but he has also set eternity in the human heart. Yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. Beauty is in every phase, in every season. There is a deep longing within us, a search that the earth cannot satisfy. That it is eternity pulsating in our being, calling us to something greater. You are made for the eternal, your soul yearns for the Creator. There is nothing better for a person than that they should eat and drink and find enjoyment in their toil. This also, I saw, is from the hand of God. Work with dedication. Enjoy the fruits with gratitude. For genuine pleasure in small victories is a gift from God. Do not burden yourself with the weight of the world. Do not be consumed by what money cannot buy. There is something else meaningless that occurs on earth. The righteous who get what the wicked deserve, and the wicked who get what the righteous deserve. Life is full of paradoxes. Good is not always rewarded here. Evil is not always immediately punished. Do not be troubled by apparent earthly injustice. Your gaze needs to go beyond. Your hope cannot be limited by what you see. What matters is what God thinks of you. It is what is written in the book of life. The fear of the Lord adds length to life, but the years of the wicked will be cut short. Walk with integrity. Live with righteousness. For true security and the longevity of the soul come from obedience to God. Prayer. Lord, help us to remain steadfast in your justice, even when the world seems unjust. May our fear of you be our greatest wealth and our deepest wisdom. Better is a handful with tranquility than 2 handfuls with toil and chasing after the wind. Do not exhaust yourself in the incessant race for more. There is a limit to what the body and soul can bear. Rest is as vital as effort. Know when to stop. Know when to breathe. Know how to appreciate what has already been achieved. The vanity of abundance, the beauty of sufficiency, and no one has power over the spirit to retain it, or power over the day of death. Recognize your limits. Understand your smallness before the greatness of God. Humility is the door to true peace. For God knows everything, and in his hands our time and destiny are secure. Do not be quick with your mouth, nor let your heart be hasty to utter anything before God. For God is in heaven and you are on earth. Therefore let your words be few. Think before you speak, weigh every word. Especially when it comes to what you offer to God, quality is worth more than quantity. There is power in stillness. There is wisdom in silence. A good name is more desirable than great riches, and good esteem is better than silver or gold. What you build with integrity and character, no thief can steal. No time can erase. The true inheritance is not material. It is spiritual. It is moral prayer. Lord, guard our mouths and our hearts. May our words be few, but full of truth and reverence. May our lives build a legacy that honors you, not of fleeting riches, but of a good name. Why would you be thirsty for water and drink from what your well does not have? Do not seek in the wrong places what can only be found at the right source. The soul's thirst is not quenched by empty pleasures or superficial achievements. Fullness comes from God. True joy is a river flowing from the throne. Whoever loves money never has enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with their income. This too is meaningless. Accumulation is an illusion. The more one has, the more one desires. A vicious cycle that imprisons the soul and brings no contentment. Find freedom in simplicity. In gratitude for what has already been given to you. Cast your bread upon the waters, for after many days you will find it again. Do good without looking to whom. Sow kindness, even if you do not see immediate fruit. Your generosity will not be in vain. The seed cast to the wind will one day bloom. The kindness offered returns in abundance. Remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the days of trouble. Come. Do not postpone your search for God. Do not wait for old age, sickness, or loss. The vigor of youth is a precious time to establish your faith. For the years will come, and you will say, I find no pleasure in them. Prayer, Lord, teach us to cast the seed of kindness and faith at all times. May we remember you in every phase of our lives, especially in the strength of our youth, so that our end may be full of peace and your presence. Now all has been heard. Here is the conclusion of the matter. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God will bring every deed into judgment, including every hidden thing, whether it is good or evil. This is the conclusion of everything. The summary of wisdom. To live in reverence for God and obey His word. Nothing is hidden from the eyes of the Eternal. Every thought, every action, everything will be revealed. There is no other path to true peace. There is no other purpose that satisfies the soul. Serve God faithfully. Live with integrity. Because only in Him is vanity overcome and the true meaning of life found. Whoever watches the wind will not plant. Whoever looks at the clouds will not reap. Do not wait for perfect conditions to see. Do not be paralyzed by fear, doubt, or uncertainty. Life demands courage to sow and to reap, even when the weather is uncertain. Your faith is for today. Your step is for now. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroys much good. Intelligence and knowledge are powerful, but a single mistake, a single moral failing, can undo all that has been built. Guard your character more than your achievements. Prayer. Lord, give us boldness to sow and to reap without being intimidated by circumstances. May our wisdom be accompanied by righteousness, so that our actions build and do not destroy. Do not say, why were the old days better than these? For it is not wise to ask such questions. Nostalgia can be a burden. Comparison with the past, a trap. Live the present with gratitude, for each day is a new gift. There is no perfect time other than this one. At eternity is built in the now. So I commend enjoyment, because there is nothing better for a person under the sun than to eat and drink and be glad. Find pleasure in the small and simple things of life, the shared meal, the sincere laugh. These are gifts from God for your journey. Do not seek happiness in grand future events. It is hidden in the details of your daily life. All things were made for a purpose, and there is a time for every action and every intention. God has a plan. Even if you don't understand it now, trust in His sovereignty over every detail of your existence. Your life is not by chance. You have a purpose. It is better to be than to have. Better is joy than illusion. Wealth is a slave to man. Do not let man become a slave to wealth. Prayer. Lord, open our eyes to see your beauty in every moment. May we find joy in simple things, and may our purpose be to live for your glory, recognizing that your will is always the best path. There is no remembrance of former things, nor will there be any remembrance of things to come among those who come after. Earthly fame fades away, great works, one day, are forgotten. The only record that matters is what is in the heart of God. Live for the eternal, serve what does not pass away. For no one is competent to judge what is hidden, but God, who searches the hearts and minds. Do not worry about the judgment of others. Do not justify yourself to man. Your life is in the hands of the just judge. Live in righteousness before God, for He sees everything, and in Him vanity dissolves into the fullness of His love. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. Life is a tapestry of contrasts, an incessant flow of opposites that meet and separate. Do not resist the rhythm. Dance to the music the Creator has composed. Accept that there are cycles for everything, and in each of them, there is a divine purpose. Wisdom is not in controlling the winds, but in adjusting the sails. There is nothing better for a person than that they should enjoy their work, and that their soul should take pleasure in all their toil. Find satisfaction in the journey, not just the destination. The sweat of your brow, the dedication of your heart, are parts of a gift that life offers you with each dawn. True joy is not in possession, but in experience, in contentment with what is granted day after day by the divine hand. Prayer. Lord, teach us to embrace every season of our existence, to weep with those who weep and to laugh with those who laugh. May we find your goodness and your purpose in all seasons, and may our work be a source of joy and gratitude, not of vanity and fatigue. I have seen everything that is done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and chasing after the wind. What is crooked cannot be made straight, and what is lacking cannot be counted. There are inherent frustrations in earthly life, things that human strength cannot change, flaws that cannot be mended. Recognizing these limits is the first step towards true freedom. Do not consume yourself with the unalterable. Your peace lies not in control, but in surrender. It is better to be than to have. Better is a little with righteousness than great income with injustice. A person's worth is not in the size of their fortune or their social position. It is in the integrity of their heart and the righteousness of their ways. True security is not what money buys, but what a clear conscience offers. There is a grievous evil I have seen under the sun. Wealth hoarded to the harm of its owner, or wealth lost through a bad venture. And though a son is born, there is nothing left for him. Greed is a prison. Accumulation without purpose is a burden. Many live as if they were eternal, gathering treasures they cannot take with them. True wealth is the ability to enjoy and to share, to live with lightness, knowing that everything is alone. Prayer, Lord, free us from the illusion of control and the trap of greed. Help us to accept what we cannot change and to value justice above accumulation. May our hands be open to receive and to give, understanding that everything comes from you. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, nor bread to the wise, nor riches to the intelligent, nor favor to the skillful. But time and chance happen to them all. Life is unpredictable. The fastest does not always win, nor does the strongest always prevail. There is an element of chance, a touch of mystery, that transcends our efforts. Humble yourself before uncertainty, and trust in divine providence. Be diligent, but know that ultimate success does not depend solely on you. There is a greater hand guiding destiny. Wisdom is good along with an inheritance, and profitable for those who see the sun. For wisdom is a defense, as money is a defense. But the excellence of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to its possessor. Wisdom is a shield. It is a light in the midst of darkness. It offers more than material protection. It offers discernment to live well, a depth of understanding that transcends mere wealth. Seek it above all, for it is the source of true life. Prayer, Lord, may we not rely only on our strength or our intelligence. May we recognize that time and chance are in your hands. Give us the wisdom that comes from above, that which illuminates the soul and leads us to eternal life. For only in you do we find true security and the purpose that endures beyond the sun. There is a grievous evil that I have seen under the sun, and it is common among men. A man to whom God has given riches, possessions, and honor, so that he lacks nothing that his soul desires. Yet God does not permit him to enjoy them, but a stranger enjoys them. This is vanity, and a severe affliction. Possession does not always bring enjoyment. What is accumulated does not always serve its purpose. The greatest wealth is the ability to enjoy what one has, a gift that money cannot buy. Only the grace of God can grant. Do not despair over lack. Do not be deceived by excess. Contentment is the true measure of prosperity. Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. For if either of them falls, the one will lift up his companion. But woe to the one who falls when there is not another to lift him up. Life is not meant to be lived alone. The journey is lighter and safer with a companion by your side. Mutual support, an outstretched hand, a word of encouragement. These are treasures that surpass any material possession. Lord, free us from the craving to possess without enjoying. Teach us to find joy in what we have and to share generously. May we value human bonds and companionship, for in them your goodness is manifested in our journey. Whatever God does, it endures forever. Nothing can be added to it, nor anything taken from it, and God does it so that people will fear him. There is a work of God that is eternal and unchangeable. His perfect plan, his divine decrees, we cannot alter his will. We cannot add to or subtract from his designs. All that remains for us is reverence, the fear that leads to wisdom. Acknowledge God's sovereignty. Bow before his greatness. This is the foundation of true inner peace. For the wise person has eyes in their head, but the fool walks in darkness. Yet I perceive that the same fate awaits them both. Wisdom illuminates the path. Folly stumbles in the darkness, but in the face of death, all are equal. Neither intelligence nor ignorance can escape finitude. Therefore, go eat your food with gladness, and drink your wine with a joyful heart, for God has already approved of what you do. Live with gratitude. Celebrate the small moments. Enjoy daily blessings as a direct gift from God's hands. Do not postpone your joy for an uncertain future. Life is now. Grace is today. Prayer. Lord, may our eyes always be turned to you, recognizing your sovereignty and your perfect work. Help us to live with wisdom without forgetting our finitude, and to find true joy in every day you grant us, enjoying your blessings with a grateful heart.